Al Pacino's a Taurus. Marilyn Monroe was a Gemini. Oprah is an Aquarius. What sign are you? I'm Jill Preston, your planetary voice to love, career, money, and success. Astrology is as big as the stars.
Good day, everyone. I'd like to talk about how you all can better understand and work with your Pluto transits. So what do I mean? So Pluto is visiting or transiting, whatever word you like to use, every single person's natal astrology chart here. For some of you, for example, those of you that are Sagittarius Rising signs, Pluto in Capricorn right now is hitting your money house, your Taurus house, how you spend your money, how you make your money. That is going to be undergoing big change. It's already been undergoing change, but the change will be going on until Pluto leaves the second house of money and moves into the third house. Pluto takes 248 years to get around all 12 constellations, 12 houses of the zodiac. And yes, the United States is having their very first Pluto return in the second house of money. And so there's no surprises, right? That in 2009, when blockchain technology around money started, and then the company Bitcoin started, and Bitcoin was only worth not much back in 2009, but now in 2022, Bitcoin is worth $30,000 for one. Yeah, that's what we call Pluto transforming the second house of money. There could be big gains around money. There could be huge losses around money. There could be corporate fraud. You know, the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, the ex-NASDAQ person who scammed everybody out of billions of dollars. Oh, yeah. When the United States Pluto started to get into the second house, that's when a lot of this stuff started to happen. And all these stories started showing up. Now, the blockchain technology started because the banks were getting bailed out. We were bailing the banks out, right? And we have a history of bailing the banks out. So here we were going in for another round of bank bailout. And so that is one of the reasons the blockchain technology started, to avoid dealing with the banks. So now we're not only dealing with the banks, we're also dealing with blockchain technology. And so I don't know, will one outdo the other? Will one stay and one go? Will they both stay? Will there be more and more technology? I'm assuming we were going to have more advanced technologies around money. I mean, whoever would have thought we'd use digital our cell phones to pay for stuff? You know, you pull out your card and they scan it, and hey, you can get on down the road. You don't have to pull out your dollar bill. You don't have to pull your credit cards out. You just pull your smartphone out and you're ready to go. You have to admit, there's been lots of changes around money, how we make it, how we spend it. And the United States is in the throes of all this changing. And so Sag Rising, Pluto in Capricorn is hitting your money house now. It's been there for a while. It's going to be there a while longer. Okay? So if you owe anybody money, Sagittarius Rising, they may come knocking on your door asking you to repay them. True story. So you may want to get out your checkbook and pay the people you owe money to, Sagittarius Rising, or anybody here that has Pluto transiting their second house. Now, I'm giving you approximate information. You want to pull your chart transits to make sure you know what house Pluto is transiting for you. Some of you may have it falling between two of your houses, but you need to pull your transits just to make sure. But I will be giving you approximate locations. Woohoo! Okay. So, Sag Rising, you're like the United States. You're having Pluto transiting your second house in Capricorn. Money is undergoing transformation. Remember, what does Pluto mean? Endings, beginnings, death, dying, taxes, the IRS. That's what's going on in the second house. The IRS could come a-calling and knock on your door. Hello, I think you might owe me some money, or we're auditing your account. For those of you who are Sag Rising, I don't know. It's your chart. Only you will know. If you're a Capricorn Rising, Pluto is transiting your first house. It's right on top of you. Not an easy energy, Capricorn Rising, to have Pluto right there on top of you, squeezing you, being secretive, being intense, being obsessive, being jealous. Have you been feeling that way? You've been feeling the Pluto squeeze, Capricorn Rising. You are transforming the way you are seen in the world. This could also be you're transforming your structure, where you live, where you work, your body, your persona. It's a heavy-duty Pluto squeeze with Pluto transiting your first house. Not an easy energy. Lots of power. Could be endings and beginnings, lots of triangles, obsessiveness, jealousy going on. Be very careful during the time anybody that has Pluto transiting their first house or on the rising sign. For those of you who are Aquarius rising, you've got Pluto transiting your 12th house, which is hidden. Intense transformation, endings, beginnings around your structures that may be secrets that you may not find out about. Or if you do, you find out from a coworker who says, hey, did you know they're going to cut our salary or they're laying us off? Did you know that? We may be let go. If you work or your money is made in a behind the scenes kind of way, you could find there's fluctuations in it. Those of you with Aquarius rising. Bottom line is Pluto is transiting your 12th house, the secret house, the hidden house, the house of healing, the house of creativity, the house of modeling and photography. You could find you're transforming yourself in a 12th house way. What if you have Pisces rising? Pluto is transiting your 11th house of humanitarianness, of doing what is best for the collective, of looking at the big picture, of thinking outside of the box. So those of you that are Pisces rising, it is a time to transform your causes around the good of humanity. Maybe some of you want to help the environment. Maybe some of you want to help the collective. Maybe you want to focus on the good of humanity or groups or organizations. This is for Pisces rising because Pluto is transiting your 11th house. So structural changes around groups and humanitarian causes. What about if you're an Aries rising? Pluto is transiting your 10th house career. Have you changed careers? Do you want to change careers? Maybe you're going to be changing your career and you don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like someone could tap on your shoulder and go, oh, did you know? We are now relocating you across the country, or we're promoting you. We see that you are really a person in power and it's time for you to be promoted. With Pluto transiting your 10th, you could be seen as a powerhouse in your career on some level. You may change careers. Maybe you go into more of a Pluto-type career, forensics, psychoanalysis. Now, those of you who have Taurus rising, Pluto is transiting your ninth house of higher learning, when you get your MBA, when you get your PhD, when you go back to school, when you learn law, when you travel the world. The Pluto squeeze is on you. Taurus rising, it's in your ninth house. Maybe you will decide you're going to travel the world. Maybe you're going to learn multiple languages. Maybe you will be seen as a powerful person internationally, educationally, inspirationally. Only you know. Taurus rising. What about Gemini rising? Pluto is in the house it loves to be. So this is a hard-hitting energy. Gemini rising. Pluto is in your eighth house. That's where Pluto loves to be. Intensity, transformation, endings, beginnings, death and dying, taxes, the IRS. All that energy is knocking on your Pluto door right now. What about Cancer rising? If you're a Cancer rising, you've got Pluto in the relationship sector. Now, this can mean a lot of things. It can mean, hey, you're getting squeezed and you're getting pinched, even more so than before, but it could be from people who are married or taken, because this is the triangle energy. When Pluto's in your seventh, there's power, there's transformation, there's love triangles, there's secrets, there's affairs. Could also mean you get engaged, you get married. It could be that you're seen as someone very powerful in the relationship arena. You could be seen as someone very powerful in the public. There could be endings in your relationships. There could be sadness. There could be obsessiveness. There could be jealousy there. Cancer rising. Okay, Leo rising. Well, Johnny Depp's a Leo rising. Don't we all know it? Sixth house. Pluto is transiting your sixth house if you're a Leo rising. This is health, work, everyday life. Pluto is there transforming how you work. You may be changing how you approach your day. For example, did you never plan your day? Did you never write down what you wanted to do or your goals for the day? Or did you ever not use a planner? Maybe now you're using a planner and you get up, your alarm goes off at 6, you're out the door at 8, and you got something going from morning to night. Or maybe you've decided you're sick of all these plans and you don't want to plan anymore and you're just going to go with the flow. It could also mean that you are taking control of your health and wellness plan. I'm not a medical doctor, not diagnosing here. Pluto is in the sixth house, which means you could be more focused on being as healthy and as vibrant as possible. Also, this rules pets and also rules being of service. So you could be seen as someone very powerful in the work that you do. You could be seen as a powerful person who helps other people. Sixth house is all about being of service, giving the shirt off of your back. You've got Pluto there, transforming that, squeezing you. It could be intense, it could be emotional. Okay? Now, if you are a Virgo rising, you have Pluto in the fifth house of love affairs. And here we go, more triangles coming at you in love affairs and fun and vacations. Don't be surprised if people are flirting with you that are not 100% available, or you're attracting powerful partners now that want to take you on their yacht and travel the world with them. Pluto transiting the fifth, endings and beginnings and power and transformation and love triangles around love affairs. Watch it if you have this placement, Virgo rising. If you don't want to be in a love triangle, then you need to really communicate that and do your due diligence before you pop into one. Libra rising, Pluto is in your 4th house. You know, endings and beginnings of where you live. In one place you're living now, and in another year you're going to move to another place, or the place you were living in, the landlord sold the building, or the home you owned, you decided to sell it, and you decided to go to another place to live, and it's all over the place, and your emotions have been intense about where you live and the neighborhood that you live in, and how you get your nurturing, and how you've been fed and clothed and nurturing. This is a challenge to have Pluto in the 4th. Very challenging. Remember, Pluto is death and dying around the family unit, around home, around real estate, around what nurtures us. Okay? What about if you're a Scorpio rising? Scorpio rising, Pluto is in your 3rd house, and it's intense around communications and teaching and your neighborhood and your siblings and the way you communicate, the way you write, the way you entertain, the way you listen. Pluto transit 3rd is a great time. If you are an entertainer, it's a great time to put yourself out in the world and let people see the greatness in your entertaining skills. This is also great for transformative writing and communicating and being able to really express how you feel. Scorpio rising, Pluto is transiting your 3rd house, saying, communicate, deep dive, find it in your persona. Bring out those secrets that you have had hidden in there forever and ever. Now's the time. It's a great time to enter into psychotherapy or psychoanalysis. It's a great time. It's a great time to really work on your creative writing, your teaching, your learning, listening, and it's all about Pluto squeezing the day in a 3rd house way for you. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Again, the United States of America is having its first Pluto return, which only happens once every 248 years. Pluto's in Capricorn in the 2nd house of money. That's why all these changes have been going on around money, how money is made, how money is spent, new ways, new technology with Bitcoin, blockchain technology. Sagittarius rising signs, Pluto is hitting your 2nd house of money. Capricorn rising, your 1st house. Aquarius, 12th. Pisces, your 11th. Aries rising, your 10th. Taurus rising, your 9th. Gemini rising, 8th. Cancer rising, your 7th house. Leo rising, your 6th house. Virgo rising, your 5th house. Libra rising, your 4th house. And Scorpio rising, your 3rd. Check your transits, see where Pluto's hanging out to make sure you really understand it and know that he is going to be hanging there a long time. So you might as well kind of get acquainted with him. I'll talk to you soon.